Brought to you by Carriage Crossing Senior Living.
CI Living will continue. The family farm is often passed down from generation to generation, which of course means it's important to protect the farm through the years. Here with more insights on the upcoming Impacting Your Farm Legacy Now panel discussion is Cheryl Mitchell. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. I'm anxious to learn about this panel discussion, but first, why you? Why have you decided to put this together? Tell me a little bit about your background.
I'm a dairy farmer's daughter, and farming is personal. And farms are unique and special because they're complex. There's this family portion, but it's also business. And without these conversations, I have seen it destroy families, and I don't want that. So why me? I don't really have a tie to Champaign. I've lived here for many years, but I can ask hard questions of people who live here because I have that experience, and why not me?
Sure, absolutely. That's a great answer. And you know the heartache that can go with infighting and or lost income or whatever it is that happens from this. So where do you start? How do you start to put together something like this to answer the questions that others might have?
Well, I've laughed. You bring an accountant, an attorney, a banker, and an insurance agent to a bar.
It's sort of a joke,
and
sure.
Sort of the joke that you start, right. Yeah. Honestly, it starts with information and education, and that's what this evening is about, I just want to ask those questions to get it started, because families don't want to talk about it because we don't think that dad is going to pass away. I'm in that spot now. My parents are aging. At what point do they not farm anymore? I don't want to think about it, but we have to. So we're just going to ask hard questions, and it's information and education in a fun way.
And those questions, I would assume, are easier the earlier you ask them and the more everybody's able to come to the table rather than having to make decisions in a crisis.
Correct. And lots of people that I've talked to say, okay, well, what are the banking questions that we have? And what are the questions that you ask an attorney? And what are the questions that you need to know about insurance? So I thought, let's start with all of those. And then eventually what I'd love to see is, okay, let's get several bankers together and have those conversations. And it just starts one question at a time when it's not personal and it's not crisis. Because when it's crisis, then you have a whole different situation. And emotions getting involved, and that makes it more difficult. So.
Yeah, emotional situations do tend to, well, help you make bad decisions and bring emotion into something that maybe shouldn't be super emotional. Generally, taxes aren't an emotional subject, but.
Correct. And my dad always taught us to think ahead and make those decisions without emotion. So the earlier we start, the better. And let's have some fun. I mean, we're going to have this at Pear Tree, good food, just some conversation and some laughter to kind of lessen the intensity of what this conversation really is about.
It might seem obvious, but who do you see this being for?
You know, that's actually a great question, because originally I thought people who are in farming right now, but I've had conversations with, well, my mom is 92, my dad has passed away, there are siblings, and we don't live on the farm, so how do we do that? So some people who don't even live here, anyone who is connected in any way can come.
And what is the process to come? I'm assuming they have to sign up. How does that process work?
Yes, it's all through me. I'm handling that. And so my contact information is out there, and just let me know. We have a capacity of 75, and we're getting there, but we want you just RSVP, and the evening is free to you. We're hosting that for you, so good food at Pear Tree, and
well,
and some fun.
You had me sold at food, not a farmer's family, but you know, the food does bring a lot of people anyway.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Well, I hope it goes really, really well, and thank you for thinking outside the box, and for others who, you know, you've been through this, and now it's your turn to pass on some of that knowledge. So.
Well, thanks for having us. We appreciate that very much. We're excited, and hopefully this is the beginning of many conversations for families.
I hope so. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. We will connect you with all those details that Cheryl just mentioned. There's a look at her Facebook page, and her phone number and email address will be available on our website as well, so you can connect at ciliving.tv. Coming up next.